I'm a genie in a bottle, baby.
Come
on in, let me out.
Listen.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Oh, no.
Just another day in paradise.
Today's the first day of October.
October-y.
Not for you all, but for us it is.
Yeah. Which we need to get No, you just get over it. Sorry, we're a week behind. It's fine.
I'm so excited.
Oh.
Are we going to do that bar crawl?
It's tentative based on if I can walk without the crutches, because I'm not going in any other places that might potentially have wet floors.
We're going to put some chains on you this time. Ain't no slipping and sliding no more.
No, I'm just going to get in the fucking wheelchair and just be done with it.
Yeah.
It is tentative, yes.
Yeah.
But
speaking of, can we talk about that monstrosity death trap that we walked into on Friday?
As my eyes roll back in my head.
Yes. I'm going to let you tell the story because you're going to be most passionate about it.
Well, and which I thought it was interesting how much discussion my status on Facebook got.
Yeah.
Did you read the comments?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, we went to the Sturgill Simpson concert on Friday, which that was my first exposure to the man.
And Rupp actually did pretty well.
Yes. No,
I did pretty well.
And we'll get there. We'll get there because I have a story about that too, because it continued after Facebook. But so we went, and the storm, Helene was...
Yeah.
Helene.
We
were like, let's go to a concert. That's a great idea.
Yeah.
In 80 mile an hour winds.
To be fair, we bought these tickets like the day they posted.
I think they were pre-sale, weren't they?
We were pre-sale, yeah.
Yeah. But this was my first exposure to this man. I don't have a single clue what came out of that man's mouth. I could not understand one word he said. I don't know what he sang. I don't know what he said. I heard Purple Rain, and that's the only reason I knew that was because he went, Purple Rain. Like, you really can't mistake that, right?
Yeah.
So, but I was impressed. It was a really good show. I just wish it wasn't 17 hours long.
I feel like one of my first experiences with Sturgill was, like, tripping mushrooms.
Shit.
And it, like, the words he says doesn't matter. They don't matter.
They didn't. His passion was there.
70s jam band.
Yes. And it smelled like a 70s jam band.
Lost in the sauce there.
Everyone was.
Yeah.
The man next to Kristen, because I was in
talk about sauce.
The wheelchair section. Yeah, he sat next to her and he offered her his bourbon.
He did.
And he argued that bourbon and whiskey are the same thing.
I'm not a bourbon girl. And
no,
I feel like
I don't like brown liquor. As soon as
Hank hears that, he's going to get upset with me.
Nah.
But, like, I like whiskey. And this old man's like, it's the same thing. Please, just try this. It's good. And I'm like, no, it's sour. I don't like it.
Well, first of all, why would, in any good conscience, would you think that I'm going to take a drink from a complete stranger?
I do on a normal basis.
Well, it
just has to look yummy, and I'm sorry it didn't.
Well,
that didn't look yummy to me. Every time he stood up, the waft,
the butthole smell,
the crust that had to be around his butthole, like it was crusty butthole smell. Mm-hmm. He said, "I ain't been to a concert this long since Springsteen."
Oh my God. Ugh. Thank God I was in the corner.
He offered me that pocket bourbon that I know was warm and gross at least 3 times. Yeah.
But anyway.
And I couldn't look left without him, like, trying to force eye contact.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was cute.
It was most definitely not cute.
Creepers be creeping.
But, yeah. So fast forward to the beginning of the night. We
did have our wenches shirt on. He might be listening to this.
And nobody, well, yours was compressed in your titties.
That's true.
Mine was hidden by some crutches, and Cheyenne was just hollering. Everybody was too enthralled with how pretty she was to pay attention to what her shirt said.
Yeah.
Because of her greenness.
Until she was crying and dancing at the same time.
Listen, we'll get there. Because when she came and found us, she had this girl, bless her heart, Sturgill is her man. There is nobody on this planet but him for her. Yeah. And she had gold glitter on her eyeballs. It was down her cheeks. When she came, she had glitter all over her face.
She was like, I had the best time.
She cried. I could listen. It was something.
Yeah, it was.
But cute. So we decided to eat before, because we're big backed.
Yeah.
And we decided to eat before the concert,
and
right?
We're not paying $30 for nachos
grilled
and
cheese. Yeah. And it's a cheese from a plastic sack.
Yeah.
But we ended up at fucking Applebee's, right? And, I guess it's partially my fault. I should have made the connection, like wet pavement will make the bottoms of your crutches wet.
Yeah.
I should have thought about that and like kept it on the rug. But that nasty like film that gets on like tile floors in restaurants and like you can't stand up and yeah, my crutches slipped out from under me.
Yeah.
And I about busted ass in the middle of the Applebee's.
It was definitely very baby giraffe.
Yeah, and I ended up now, mind you, this is like day 3, I think, of me being out of my cast and like trying to put pressure on my foot again.
And your first outing.
And my first outing at all since this has happened. And I fall. And I put, I didn't fall all the way. I ended up putting my full weight on my foot, which it was very much not ready for.
No.
And then it happened twice more inside the restaurant. And the manager, I guess that's who the fuck she was. I don't know. Bitch, if I see you, it's on site. She, being the lovely human that she was just like, you're a burden, like, fuck yourself. And she's like, oh, yeah, I guess I should put a wet sign or a wet floor sign down. And then proceeded to not put a wet floor sign down.
She didn't.
At all. She didn't care.
Well, I mean, you were already there.
And falling actively.
Wet floor signs. One's enough.
That's fair. But it was just like...
And the fact that she sat there and watched it happen, she was making eye contact as I went through the door because, I'm the badass. And I'm like, okay,
well, you're there to rob
them. Fix this problem.
You know?
So I'm like, ma'am, this floor's wet and she's on crutches. And she just slipped. Y'all about to have a lawsuit. She said, oh, my God.
I guess I should put down a sign.
Yeah.
And then all she did was put down 2 paper towels.
Yeah.
And then what's even better is so we get to the booth. And, of course, it's the most not handicap accessible booth I've ever been in my life.
Why was that table so big?
I don't know, but it made me feel fat and dirty because the table was sticky, too.
Well, you were supposed to be able to sit all the way around it. And I would say we were in an average size group of people,
Yeah, there were 5 of us.
At the fucking Applebee's.
Right.
We all bloated in the Applebee's.
Right, ain't nobody going there because they're health conscious.
Yeah.
But we get there, and I'm like, okay, well, I need to go to the bathroom before we leave. And I slided all the way back.
You might as well just put soap on the floor and helped them out.
Yeah. I mean, it was bad.
It was baby giraffe the whole way. Like, I literally had to use
put
my
your foot
to keep you from sliding.
Yeah, they had to put their feet on either side of my crutches so that I could brace my crutches against their fucking feet. How pathetic is that?
How many wenches does it take?
All of them.
To go to the bathroom?
All of them. All of them.
And the whole time I'm like, I can go get your wheelchair right now. I can go get your wheelchair right now. And this stubborn ox of a human is like, I got it.
Well, because it's embarrassing. Like,
I know,
it's already bad enough.
But I'd rather you be safe.
Right. And, like, it's just, to me, it was embarrassing to make a scene.
Yeah.
And be like, God, listen to that person.
Yeah.
Like, I can help it. I can't fucking help it. But either way, it happened. It hurt me, but we plowed through.
We sure did. We plowed right through
Yeah, we
it.
did. Because if you ever get the privilege of being pushed by Cheyenne in a wheelchair, you're going to go, as fast as her little legs can possibly push you. And you're going to, it's fun. You all ran me across the parking lot, scared me to death.
It was a fun time.
It was great.
Yeah.
And then until you hit that pothole.
Yeah.
She just about threw me in the floor.
If it was me in that chair, I would have peed on it.
I probably did. So we get to Rupp, and they're like, they wheeled me off to the side. It was very convenient, like quick.
It was.
They got right through. And then we were trying to find the section. And this was the only complaint that I had is like, y'all got to fix that signage.
Yeah.
That ain't enough.
We went to 2 different elevators that had signs and the handicap sign next to it.
Mm-hmm.
And we couldn't use either one. Like, there was an attendant inside of it that popped out and was like,
Literally.
wrong elevator.
Ding, ding. Yeah, like,
goodbye.
and then just shuts it. And then they tried to give us instructions, and I think we ended up making almost one full lap around.
It was a whole full lap.
Yeah, but we couldn't go further. Well, we couldn't go further because that was the exit.
Yeah.
And the fucking place ended up being behind the merch table. First of all, why would you put the handicap elevator why would you put the merch table in front of the handicap elevator?
And you literally can't see the signage on that elevator from the hall.
No, you have to be on the other side.
Pillars,
Like, it makes no sense. So, like, we were almost, like, we got out there with, like, 5 minutes to spare.
The show pretty much started.
And we got there at 7, and it started at 8. And then...
a wild goose chase, for sure.
Literally. And then people, I don't know if they just don't look down. It is the lack of what's going on. Well, probably because everybody has their head up their fucking ass and their phone.
That's what it is.
And no, like, they wouldn't move. Like, I am on wheels, friend, and I've got 2 beasts behind me plowing. Cheyenne screams, "Excuse me!" and like yelling, and people are like, you know, and I'm like, I'm about to hit somebody with these crutches. You gotta like part the sea here. And like, it was, I don't think I've ever felt so invisible as I did while I was in that chair. And
that was probably pretty humbling for you, wasn't it? Miss 6 foot tall.
Well, yeah. Well, that and the fact that, you know, we got to where the wheelchair section, which it was just a little alcove on the. It was decent.
I wish they would have put it in front of the traffic, though.
Yes, because people would just stop in front of me and stand there.
It was a constant flow, too, because it was the walkway that they put you in. And it was a constant flow of people. And then before they would go up the steps, they'd turn around to get, like, their little last look before they hit danger.
Yeah.
And then they'd pause there right in front of you. And there was a couple that just stood there for a minute.
When they leaned, they were staying.
We were patient. And then I was like, excuse me, she's in a wheelchair. She can't see. She can't stand up to see. Can you move?
And they did. They're like, oh. Well, and I said it to a couple before you got there.
Yeah.
So, like, people just don't give a shit about anyone else.
They're all living in their own experience. But I think we are, too, in our own ways. And we don't see it until it happens to us.
Yeah.
You know, like, this is something that I've never really like had experience with to know that there was issues.
Right.
You know, I've never walked in a restaurant and was like, somebody in crutches would die here.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I never thought about it.
Every floor I've stepped on since then, I'm like, Becky can't come here.
Right. And
every single one of them. Yeah.
And I mean, I've spent most of my life hurt. You know, I'm a walking disaster. I've earned the title aptly. Mm-hmm. I guess maybe I'm always more aware of people around me because I used to be the one that people would ask to get stuff off the shelf for them, and I love helping people.
Yeah.
So I like it. Like, I want to make sure everyone's
that's
comfortable.
The one you love helping people.
Yeah. Like, I pay attention to who's around. Like, I'm going to get out of your way. Like, here, let me open the door for you.
That's who I am, too.
You know? But it's just...
that was one of the, I thought, was narcissistic of me things that me and Colby had a tiff about when we first got together. He didn't hold doors for people or say thank you whenever they held a door for him. And every time we'd get back to the car after somebody held a door and I very loudly said thank you for the both of us, I'm like, you're such a dick. And he's like, what? I was like, he was being nice. He held the door. You should say thank you. He's like, I don't have to. Like, I guess you don't.
But, like...
You don't, but why be a dick whenever people are walking around sad all day? Like, a simple thank you or a wave or a smile can go a long way.
Yeah. Like, it's just... I guess it doesn't surprise me, but it was just like, damn, I'm really going to make sure I pay the fuck attention.
Yeah.
I already did, but I'm definitely going to now, you know? And shit, like, you took me to the bathroom. Like, I waited as long as I could, you know, because it's such a fucking chore to go to the bathroom. When, like, it is just...
I offered to go down to the Walgreens and get you a diaper, and you told me no.
I'm not sitting in a damn diaper, like, until I have to. Although I will say, I have worn them damn adult diapers before.
They work pretty good.
Listen!
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, not in too many details, because, you know, it's public speaking, but, like... at certain times of our monthly. When I get my fucking period, they come in handy. There, I said it. When you're fucking hemorrhaging, they come in handy.
She was trying to be all.
I was trying to, but you know what? Fuck it.
Yeah. But fuck it.
Damn it. Oh, I did it again. Sorry. But, like, you took me to the bathroom, and we come back, and there were 2 people in our seats.
Yeah, they just plopped right down.
And I was like, hello, you can move.
Yeah, as if they hadn't already walked by us 2 more times.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I guess they thought we left, but...
Yeah.
And your buddy sure didn't hold our spots. He was
No.
offering them whiskey.
Well, as soon as he saw us, he was turning around and saying, I think you're in their spots, but they weren't. I mean, whenever you look like you might have lived in the dumpster and clawed your way in there, and then you offer somebody bourbon, I'm sure you probably don't get a lot of attention that way.
Probably not.
Bless his heart. I'm happy I talked to him for a minute. That's why I talk to everybody.
Me
you know,
too.
I don't care if you stink. I'm gonna talk to you.
How many people did I just be like, I love your shirt?
And everybody was stopping and talking about your leggings.
Yeah.
It was so cute.
I got so many compliments on
Yeah.
them.
If I would have wore mine too, you wouldn't have gotten any because I look like a bitch.
I know, you would have scared
And nobody
me to
wants
death.
that.
You would have scared everyone.
People do stop
Well,
me
you know
all the
what?
time, though.
Like, I can't help it that I have beautiful friends. Okay, I'm the medium, like the mediocre balance that evens the 2 of you out.
You got
Otherwise,
being mean to you.
Otherwise your heads would float off into the sky.
I just like whenever I look at you and I think about how beautiful you are, I put you in like chainmail and armor.
Like Chapel.
Yeah.
You know what? No, I would be more like Gwendolyn.
The
She's
Gwendolyn
a big bitch.
one.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think she is so gorgeous. And, like, you've almost got the same, like, powdery skin that she has, you know?
With a tad bit of rosacea.
It's cute, though.
It's my natural
Yeah,
blush.
it's cute. I'm sure if we were, you know, in the winter, that your cheeks would be even more rosy and beautiful.
Really, I really need it. So if anybody has any recommendations for a good skincare line, I'm on the market because I can't find anything.
I know somebody who's accepting new acne clients this month.
Oh, I don't have acne.
Yeah, you don't, do you?
do not, no.
Fucking cunt.
I got, which is interesting because and this once again, here's one of our tangents.
I've never remembered you with acne either. You've never had an issue.
I get isolated breakouts around my period, but
Yeah.
I don't have acne. And both my parents had really bad acne.
Really?
Yeah. But I got blessed. God was just like, you're gonna have glasses and an afro for most of your
they've
life.
always fixed you good food too, though.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that Kendra's taught me, which, I mean, y'all go to her for the information because I'm going to get it wrong.
At Whiplash.
Kendra
at Whiplash.
Kendra at Whiplash. But she taught me that, like, the food that goes into our bodies is how, which I already knew that about our hair. What you put into your body is what will come out. And so if you're putting all this, like, high fructose corn syrup and all this cornmeal, and there's all kinds of things that will come out through your skin. That's how we get rid of toxins, is we sweat it out. And I know a lot of my breakouts, like around my mouth.
Yeah.
She's identified as either, because I do have I'm lactose intolerant, and that can cause a breakout like that. But also, like, what was it? The toothpaste, the fluoride that's in the toothpaste. If you don't wash your face after you brush your teeth.
Okay. In the corners of your mouth. Mm-hmm. That makes sense. Yeah. See, I touch my face. Like, it's a nervous habit for me to, like, touch my face. Yeah. You know? And so I'm sure that has something to do with it, too. I don't know, like, the sebaceous filaments on my nose. Like, they're not blackheads. Like, when I do the blackhead strips.
Everybody has those.
But, like, mine are the ones that are, like, pronounced. Like, you can see them.
They stick out a little bit.
Yeah. From a distance, they look like freckles. No, it's just my fucking oil glands. Okay, thanks. Yeah. But, so, which, funny enough, I find it interesting how all of our tangents usually lead into what it is we're talking about.
Yes.
So, self-care is important.
Yes, self-care is so important. And what a good season. Yeah. Spooky season, self-care is the best.
I'm so happy. Halloween's my fave.
I'm wearing my spooky jammies today.
Yeah, your little ghosties.
Yeah, I'm so excited for spooky season. But anyways, self-care. Let's talk about that. How have you self-cared this week? Long pause.
I washed my ass once. Well, so like
she said I washed my ass once.
I washed my ass one time. No, bathing is also very hard right now. And I love a good Satan shower.
Yes.
You know, but like I can't do that right now because it'll get me too hot and then I'll stand up and have to pass it. Because I have to use a stool in the shower right now because I can't stand up. I'll pass out. And like with this fucking boot on, it adds 100 degrees to my body temperature.
I'd say it does.
And like it's just I can't. It's too much right now. And like my skin's still really sensitive from like the nerves and things like, and I'm not allowed to put water on it like direct either. So showers are hard, but usually a shower would do it. I like taking baths, but I don't have a bathtub. No. So I can't do that. The only bathtub I have is overrun by spiders. I've just let them have it because I'm too scared.
Cleansing yourself is important self-care.
Yeah, especially because like when I get into my little funks, like the first thing that I'll stop doing is like my basic hygiene, you know, like brushing my teeth, taking a shower, things like that. So like
it's almost like the reset too, is whenever you're ready to come back into it.
Yeah,
that's the
like
first
okay,
thing
we're gonna
you
go
attack.
clean ourselves.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get the scuzz off,
wash your ass about
blow
it.
the scales out.
Yeah.
Scrape the tiles off your teeth.
So full self-care shower is, I feel like, good for anybody.
I'll be honest, this week has not, well, it's only Tuesday. So this week has not really happened.
I don't know if it starts on Sunday. I feel like you self-care. Do you?
That's true. I took a drive.
You did?
I drove by myself. I got out of my house alone, which I haven't been doing because, you know, stairs are difficult. And my cat has decided that she wants to be Houdini.
Yeah, she's like a torpedo.
Yeah, and I'm like, you came from the dumpster. Why do you want to go back to it? Like, you get broth here. You get food twice a day. Mm-hmm. You get all the squeaky toys you want.
Yeah.
And you're trying to leave?
It's disrespectful, isn't it?
Fuck her.
Yeah.
I've had enough. But, so I took a drive yesterday, which is nice. I miss driving my car.
What is it about the drive that you feel like gives you the most fulfillment?
It feels like freedom.
Okay.
Because like I have lived a very like vagabond style life for the last 10 years. Go. Yeah, I never stayed in a place too long. You know, I moved within a few years. Lots of transition. So I've always limited myself to exactly what I could fit in my car.
Yeah.
Or whatever I'm driving at the time, right? And so when I'm ready to go, I go. I leave everything. Like I sell all the furniture. I sell everything I have, and I leave.
Yeah.
And that's why I don't own anything now. Because now I have to build it up.
I've things now.
My own things that I've picked out that are not from the 1940s and every yard sale in Madison County for the last 30 years. But to me, getting in my car means I'm going somewhere new or something, you know, I'm going somewhere.
Yeah.
It's away from the house that I've been trapped in for 2 months.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't say trapped, like it's been being forced to sit with yourself really helps when you can't walk or do anything.
Yeah.
So I'm very grateful.
I feel like that could go two ways though. There are some people that, I mean, you deep dove for a minute.
I did. I got very discouraged. Mm-hmm. Because it's hard going from being completely independent to being completely dependent.
Yeah.
Like can't even, you know, for the first 2 weeks after surgery, I had that pain pump in.
Yeah.
Where I had the nerve block. And like I couldn't even go to the bathroom alone. I had to be on a leash because I would fall over. Like it was a mess. You know, you go from I can do whatever the fuck I want to whenever I want to do it to
it's like
mom, I need
jail.
I have to call my mom in the middle of the night to take me to the bathroom. Mm-hmm. You know, like it sucked.
We got a little bit of that back though.
Yeah, and you know, I'm still on crutches, but I've got both feet on the ground. I'm learning to walk again, and it hurts, but it's happening. So yeah, I mean, getting out. But being forced to sit with yourself, you know, it helps you learn to be alone. I think
it's funny, like the first opportunity you get to go out, who do you go spend it with?
mom and dad.
Because that's another version of self-love for you.
Yeah, because like I go there and like, hell, mom and I'll bake something, and like dad will throw 36 cigars at me and we'll shoot something or blow something up and then break something usually.
Yeah.
And then somebody will get fussed at and we'll fuss and then I'll come home.
Yeah.
And you get to eat. And I get sick. Like, cooking is hard right now, too, because I don't, everything
Cooking for one's always difficult for me.
Especially when I have, like, when you have the relationship with food like I've got, where I just, like, if I didn't have to eat to survive, I would not.
Yeah.
Like, I wish that I could just eat by filtering, because I can't stand it.
Yeah, you were meant to be a plankton or
literally, I was meant to be a jellyfish.
A jellyfish.
To get eaten, No, actually, it's probably one of them sunfish, the mola mola, that just gets a big bite taken out of its head and just floats around because it's too stupid to change directions. Yeah. That's me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay. So self-care so far, what you've listed is clean, freedom, and family.
Mm-hmm.
And you did all those things well, the clean you did a couple days before, but did you?
I take a shower every other day.
Well, yeah.
But yes.
Clean, freedom, and family. Is there anything else that you would put under self-care?
Isolation for me, honestly. Yeah, I like when I was younger, I used to hate being alone because I was alone all the time. Like, we moved. Dad was in the military, so we moved every year, and I never had friends. So like I hated being like I was so lonely, and now I love being alone.
Yeah.
I love it.
I thought I was lonely, but I also feel like I was being fed codependence.
Yeah.
Like in all of our media, it was like friend parties and stuff. And not everybody's like that. Not everybody's like that.
It used to bother me, and it still does bother me a little bit. But it used to bother me so bad when I'd see people eating alone.
Yeah.
It hurt my feelings so bad. I
eat alone all the time.
Well, and now being in school will do that to you because you don't always have. But like, it just, I don't know. It used to hurt my feelings so bad to see it because it made me feel like they were lonely. And that was me projecting my loneliness onto them. I recognize that now. But now I'm just like, go away. Like, I'll go by myself.
Yeah.
But that's also lots of lunch breaks spent sitting in the car just because you want to get away from everyone.
I'll tell you a little secret self-care that I do is like, I'll go take myself out to a nice place once a week by myself with nobody else.
Well, and that sounds great.
Well, you like actually get to enjoy the food and you get to take that moment and like breathe and the comfort and like put the phone down and just sit there and stare out the window and watch the world that's around you.
Yeah.
And so like my favorite places to go, I'll pick like one of them a week and treat myself to lunch. It's nice. It is. And I hope nobody ever looks at me and is like, she's lonely. Oh, she's so sad because I'm over here living my best life.
Oh, yeah. I'm having
sitting by myself. Like that's a vacation.
Yeah. I love taking books places and just like,
I can't concentrate enough to actually read one.
Not in public restaurants or anything like that. But no, like when I lived on the coast, like I would take my little camp chair and because I had a state park pass.
Just go pop it out somewhere and read.
I'd go sit to the beach.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just sit there. Like I would be there all day. And like, I miss it. I was so tan.
I'm sure you would.
If I could just go back to 2019, I would. And just redo the last like almost 5 years.
Yeah.
But like, I miss just going. Like, I'd take my homework there. I'd just go sit. Like, that's where I would do my best thinking.
You're going back there someday.
Someday.
Yeah.
But not yet. But that's okay.
Yeah.
I'm not ready to get blown off the map again yet.
Oh, God, no. No, that looked rough. I can't, and like, I know I've talked about it in the podcast a couple of times, but one of my favorite all-time places to go for a self-care trip just got demolished by fucking Helene.
Asheville.
Yeah, and they have like the best food, the best art, the best little places to go pop a chair up and sit there and read. The Arboretum's beautiful. Like, I love Asheville. I hardly ever go to Biltmore.
Would that be the same as Arboretum?
Oh, what? I don't know how to say it. Nobody says
I like
that.
Arboretum myself.
Is that how it's
Arboretum?
Spelled? Arboretum.
You're talking about the plant garden, right?
Yeah,
it's
thing.
Arboretum.
Okay.
Arboretum's better, actually.
I don't even know if that is
Well,
the spelling's not even right
that
on there.
sounded like a really douchey thing. I'm sorry. That sounded very condescending. I was trying to, like, what is that? Do you mean arboretum or, sorry.
Hey, I come from the deep country.
Yeah. The
I will-
arboretorium.
My sister so far is literally the only one in our immediate family that has a college education. So it's okay that I need to be corrected. I don't get offended by that. There's no offense happening.
I'm just clarifying for the people that do get offended.
How do you say it?
Arboretum.
Arboretum.
Mm-hmm.
Like burrito.
But arbor.
Arborito.
Arboretum. Self-care.
Arborito. Arborito. Anyways.
But yeah. So yeah, I would go.
Already forgot how to say it.
Arboretum.
Asheville's my favorite place though. So we're going to have to plan a trip out there whenever they start rebuilding. I would love.
I've only been once. Well, twice. But once, like, actually looking at anything. We went for Valentine's Day
Colby and I
weekend.
went multiple times. There's been some weekends that I'm like, I really want those dumplings from Shanghai. And I will literally just drive to eat the dumplings and drive back home.
Well, you're not going to do that now.
Well, I'm hoping Shanghai's okay. I haven't seen it on any of the videos yet, but it was downtown. It was more the river restaurants and stuff that got
a little wet.
Yeah, and the whole art district and the little bar scene that's
But
down
you know what? It's like they're so artsy, they'll turn it into something better.
Yeah.
Like they'll make it look awesome, and you won't ever have a clue that it happened. Other than
like
the memory.
Trauma for an artist is money.
Or art.
Yeah, it is for sure. So self-care weekends at Asheville, especially once they start rebuilding, put some money back into them so they can keep building back up.
I want to take you all to South Carolina.
South Carolina.
We'll go ghost hunting. Courtney and I
Oh my
used to go ghost
God.
hunting.
Please take me. That would be so much fun.
We'd go every Friday.
I self-cared a lot this week too. I feel like we did the concert on Friday, which Sergio has been one of my favorites.
Mm-hmm.
Saturday, I literally don't think I left the couch. I took a nap.
You took a bath too. I remember you telling me because you
and
sent me pictures.
I think Colby fed me food in some way, or we went to eat food. I can't even remember.
I thought you went to see Beetlejuice.
And we went to see Beetlejuice, and we ate Chinese food, is what it was.
Oh, Chinese sounds good.
It was so good. And then what did we do yesterday? Yesterday was football day.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I cleaned the house. And
no, yesterday was Monday.
Oh, wait. I don't know what day it is. But I cleaned the house. I cleaned myself.
You worked yesterday.
Did all those things. Yeah, I worked. And I became the CEO of Pink Cloud Lash Artistry.
So if you're a lash artist, place your order. Actually, plug yourself.
Yesterday.
Plug yourself. What is it? Explain it.
So I am now the CEO of a lash extension product line. And the cool thing is I've been with this company pretty much from before it was a company and along the ride with it to know that our products are literally the best. That's the whole reason why I started with the company. Is because I put them to the test and tested their products just as much as the owner did at the time.
And you currently use them as well.
And we've been using them ever since. I couldn't put them down once I picked them up because they're affordable, yet they're high quality, and you can't find that a lot. There's not a lot of that.
Especially not in the beauty industry.
Mm-mm. If you're buying those cheap lashes, they're cheap lashes.
Yeah.
They are. We're more of, I would say, in the middle, somewhere in there. But our lashes are top quality, keep their curl. They fan beautifully. Our adhesive is great. My girls use it. They have great retention. All those good things. Anyways, I took over and now it's me. I'm the one running the company. And it's been a really long journey trying to get here. This whole journey has probably been about 5 years in total. But here we are with my own lash extension company, along with a salon with 14 employees and a podcast and all the other things that I do on a daily basis. But I just sit here with my thumb up my ass most of the time, actually.
Obviously.
I'm not doing much anything.
You're playing Xbox.
And that's what I do all day.
Yeah.
Is play Xbox.
Yeah. And throwing back PBRs.
Yeah. Self-care doesn't have to be loud. Self-care doesn't have to be proud. Self-care is putting you on the path that you want to be on.
Which, I mean, it can be loud. I would really love to go get a massage, especially like after all, like I need one bad, especially after all this mess.
I would like a massage.
A massage?
Do you want to go get a couples
Yes.
massage? I'll hit up Leslie.
Yeah, no, I'm dead ass. I've never had a real one.
Yeah.
No. And the sad part is I dated a massage therapist. She refused. She refused to touch me. She said she didn't work on people at home. I said, "What the fuck ever? You don't work on people at work."
Sounds like you're a cunt to me.
Yeah, to say the least. But yes, I've never experienced massage in any other than like what they do at physical therapy, and that just fucking hurts.
Yeah.
So I would love to do that. I used to go get my toes done every 6 weeks, I guess.
We need to put that foot in something.
I'm not allowed. He won't let me soak it. I have to. He said after the Steri-Strips fall off.
Okay.
Because he doesn't want the incisions to like bust open or anything because they got soaked.
Yeah.
Actually, I say I probably won't be able to do it until after my next. Come on.
After your next appointment?
It's my next post-op and my last post-op.
Until the next op, if we ever have one.
Well, he said now he's not going to take the screw out.
You're just going to be all screwed up.
I've been that way. But, yeah. So I used to go get my toes. I love toes. I would get my fingernails done more, but I'm so hard on my hands, they just explode immediately. I can't justify paying.
I'm in water almost way too much to have nail polish on.
Yeah. But my toes, it takes an atomic bomb to take those off.
Exactly. It's still good to go get a manicure done, even if you don't get the polish, though, to help with those cuticles. And it helps, like, the little lines that develop in your nails.
The little white lines?
Mm-hmm, when you're actually taking care of your cuticle and your nail bed, I feel like.
I feel like mine are ripping constantly. My cuticles. I feel like I could do a regular manicure and just get, like, clear gel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I really liked acrylics. I got them when I was in high school, but ripping them off, I always messed everything up, you know?
I'm not a big fan of acrylics, mainly because I know that the products that are used for that aren't necessarily...
They cause cancer.
Yeah, a lot of them can. There's one particular product, and it's like, I was going to say PCP, but that's not right.
Oh, that ain't it.
My old country education. You can look it up, Google it. But there's something in the acrylic nail powder that a lot of these nail salons use because it's cheaper, blah, 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 that does cause cancer. That's one thing that I can pride myself in, though, is the technician that I have at my salon, she doesn't use any of those that has the bad stuff in it.
And it's polished rose, correct?
Mm-hmm. Polished rose.
We're just plugging everybody. We're plugging all your self-care needs.
You know, I never really do plug. I mean, we do. We've plugged Kendra so many times.
Kendra at Whiplash.
Kendra at Whiplash. I don't even know if she's known that we've plugged
Probably
her.
not. One day she will. She will.
But I feel like I don't celebrate it enough.
You sell self-care, though.
Yeah.
That is your business. Yeah. That's your industry.
And it's not, the thing about my salon is it's not necessarily that you're coming in just to get your hair done or your nails done, but you absolutely can come in and just get those things, and we can sit there in silence and stare at each other. But like my team that I've recruited, I swear to God, they are all angels in their own ways. Like, it doesn't matter whose chair you sit in, you will get out of it feeling lighter and more empowered and more encouraged, because that's where my values are. That's where the self-care actually lies. Mm-hmm. And if you can do those things without having to do an action behind it, if you can just tell yourself all those things, that you're lighter and letting go of, the things that we don't need to hold on to anymore, I feel like that is honestly the best self-care you can do. Mm-hmm. And a lot of times that takes a really good friend.
It does.
And there's so many people out here that don't have really good friends that way. But they have lash techs hair people that they get to go see every 6 months and spill their whole life story. Yeah.
Eat it.
And it don't leave the chair unless you tell us something off the wall, and then the whole salon gets it.
Yeah, and then some of the extenuating people that are affiliated with the salon.
Yeah, we had a client once. We had a client once that the first time she came in and sat in one of my girls' chairs, she said, "I murdered my ex-husband."
That's the first thing she said.
First thing came out of her mouth.
Hello, hi, I murdered my husband.
Yeah. And I was like, oh yeah, tell me more.
Yeah? Tell me.
I need to know, because obviously she's on the out, obviously it was self-defense. But she was like, yeah, I killed my ex-husband. And I was like, that's dope as fuck. I'm so happy you're here, and I'm so happy you told me that. Good for you.
Good for you.
Well, I mean, whenever you get in those DV situations, man,
shoot.
It's either you die or they do.
Hey, there ain't no judgment on my end.
And she really pulled through for herself. And I'm sure is going through a lot of judgment for it too.
Well.
But not in my shop.
Mm-mm.
It don't happen here.
Mom and I were actually talking the other day because Amber has cut my hair at Golden Hour Salon down in Broadway.
Her salon's so freaking cute.
The empire she has built. Because I was literally one of her first ever clients. Like, I've been with her since she was 18, 19 years old. I was 12. Like, we have gone through everything. Like, and now seeing her branch out.
It's like y'all are family, honestly.
We are. Well, and we speak so poorly to each other.
Yeah.
Like, we...
That's how, I don't know her, but I love her just because I see the conversation that you have with her and the conversation that Hank has with her.
Oh, yeah. Well, she antagonizes that on purpose.
I love it, though. It's always so funny.
Yeah. When she was over at her previous place, when she rented the booth, we would be sitting there and, we bitch at each other. Like, we squabble. It is, it's literally, I fucking hate you. Like, I hope you go die in a hole. Like, that's how we speak to each other, And the nail person was, right next to us. She had a client one day, and she leaned forward and goes, do they always talk to each other like that? She goes, oh, they love each other. It's fine.
It's fine.
They're pretty much married.
Yeah.
And it's one of those, she hates to be touched. So, every time she pisses me off, I threaten to hug her. And I love it.
That made me happy again because I got a mom hug this morning.
Yeah.
That made me so happy.
Yeah, and Mom doesn't hug people.
No, I don't hug people either, but whenever she came over to hug me, I was like, I'm taking this one.
Yeah, take that one.
Yeah.
But, yeah. But, Mom and I were talking about how Amber, it's funny to me because, Amber's one of those people, she gets the tea now. She gets the tea.
Listen.
Okay? And it's funny to me how you can talk to somebody so much and know absolutely nothing about them.
Yeah.
She will sit there and she is part of this conversation and is there, and you don't have a damn clue. You don't even know her last name.
Yep.
And you've been going to her 47 years and you still don't know her last name.
Yeah. It's like the random bartender that you tell your whole life story to as your day drinking.
And you don't even know what their favorite color is.
There's something really valuable in that. And I feel like that's why internet relationships have really taken off too, is because it's almost like an anonymous situation.
Well, you have the opportunity to create a picture of what you want without it being reality.
True.
Unfortunately, I've been on the receiving end of that.
Living in the fantasy with another person.
Yeah, and the fantasy happens, and it's fun when you can run away and be long distance and do this and do that. But when life happens and you're forced to show up for somebody every single day and not just one weekend out of however many years you've been together.
Requires effort.
Yeah, it stops.
Yeah, and that's not self-care.
No.
Booted. Bye.
But I think self-care also comes with heightened self-awareness. At least with me.
It comes easier with heightened self-awareness, I feel like.
Especially when you just stand there and just look in the mirror at yourself. That is the fastest way to, sit there and stare at yourself. You get real comfortable
everybody
real quick.
should.
Yeah.
Everybody should.
I can't look at myself in the mirror for too long. I can't make eye contact with myself.
I've got one of those little jiggly boxes.
What is that thing?
Died.
Is it like a...
I don't
is
really...
it an exercise machine?
I think it's, I don't really know what exactly it's supposed to do, other than I've seen several different things that say that it helps with clearing out the lymph nodes, and that's why I've been using it. But it died last night.
No, is it not something you just
I would
plug
get
in?
completely naked in front of the mirror and stand on that thing and watch it all jiggle and ripple. And I love it though at the same time. I understand, because I love a big girl,
Yeah.
And I just whole fantasy. I fell in love with myself.
Hey,
and
no, and it's...
being here is absolutely wonderful.
Yeah. I like, to me, that is self-care, is learning to love yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Because it is so much easier for me. And I'm not saying that I'm anywhere near the finish line.
Some good stuff right there.
Yeah, well, I'm not near the finish line in any way, shape, or form.
I don't know if you ever are, because you're constantly evolving.
Probably.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like I just began. Like, we're still very in the infancy of it all.
Yeah.
But,
once you get there, though, it happens pretty quick.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when you value yourself, like...
What?
Yeah.
How conceited.
How big.
How vain of you.
You ass bucket. Like, it's just, I don't know. It's a really, it's a beautiful thing.
It is.
It really
is.
Like, I've never wanted to look in the mirror. I have such a love-hate relationship with my body. Like,
as you should. It's both.
And we're getting older, so things are starting to not look the way they used to.
This whole butt crack in my forehead that I get from my daddy, I saw it on his face the other day.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking fupa's growing, man. Like, I'm sick.
Need to work on them core muscles.
Yeah, literally, I've got a half of a butt. Well, that's not really my fault, but but me being aware and like sitting and like being with myself and learning about myself has enabled me to do self-care better.
Yeah. You have to first accept it, though.
Mm-hmm.
Accept yourself. And I really think that that's what looking in the mirror does. Is you're like, there's nothing hidden anymore. I can see
all that.
of me. And what I'm going to do, instead of looking at all of me and saying this needs repaired, let's find our gratitude with all of it. Like these little, how my thighs are a little darker than the rest of it.
You got one nipple that points a different direction.
So many things in there. Them thunder thighs, they catch stuff so quick.
Yeah.
And so do my boobs. I've got
a
food
good
in there at the end of the day
I will
if I need a snack.
Because everything, while being on crutches, my bra is my pocket.
It is, for sure.
So I put everything in between my tit tots, right? My whatnots are well used right now. Yeah. And I have to clean the crumbs out at the end of the day because that's all the best, though, is learning to carry a coffee cup. Mm-hmm. A full coffee cup. I've not mastered it yet. I burnt myself yesterday. I got too confident. But, yeah. Yeah.
Loving yourself should be your top priority.
And it was a long time getting here.
And it shouldn't take that long.
No. And that's why you say it now. Like, it really is awful. And I used to be one of those people that was just like, don't fucking tell people that they have to love themselves before somebody else can love them. Yeah.
You can't tell somebody how to love you is the issue.
Yeah.
Until you love yourself.
Until you know how to love yourself.
How is somebody else coming in blind supposed to love you the way that you know you need loved if you don't know how you need loved?
Or you can't speak up about it.
Yeah. And yes. Yeah. And I feel like a lot of us hide from it because it's a lot of work and it's a lot of facing your inner demons and facing the ugly.
It's the same as having a relationship with somebody else. You have to put just as much work in. Exactly. You just don't get the reward you feel like you should get.
And I feel like whenever you love yourself in the right ways, you spend less time wasted.
Yeah.
Because it's automatic, like, oh no, that was a red flag. Instead of, but I do that too, Let
me make an excuse for this, for abuse.
Yeah.
Call it what it is.
You got to quit abusing yourself and start loving yourself is what you have to do.
Yeah. It's very, very, very important. And that has been what this last year has been about.
And I think you've done a phenomenal job.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I've tried really hard.
You have been.
I have.
Doing really hard things. There's no trying about it. You've been doing really hard things, just like I have.
Mm-hmm.
And we all are in our own ways. You can make the best out of it if you want to. Or you could sit there and be absolutely fucking miserable, you know? But self-love is probably one of the most important things that I've ever done in my life. And I didn't start doing it until it took Colby showing me love. Honestly, I don't know if I would have, which actually that might be different because I feel like whenever I chose to get the divorce, that started my self-love journey.
Mm-hmm.
And
Colby accentuated the love you had for yourself.
Well, I had a new expectation too, and he fell in line with those expectations
with what you were asking
that
him
I
to
had.
do. Right.
So it's a beautiful thing because then you can set boundaries and you can set expectations when you know yourself.
Yeah.
And not in the ways of, I'm a bitch when I'm hungry. No, I'm aware I'm a bitch when I'm hungry, so I'm going to eat.
Yeah.
That is self-care.
Yeah.
I'm a bitch whenever I haven't got 9 hours of sleep.
Okay, go to bed earlier.
Go to bed.
Yeah.
Point blank, period. Like, stop making excuses about it. Don't say, my medicine keeps me up. Go to get you some magnesium. Get up, take a walk. Eat food that make you tired. Like, all those things.
Eat you some turkey
Take care
breast.
of yourself. And move on. Let the claw marks out of whatever you need to let go. Quit holding on to it. And start loving yourself more. That's my advice of the day.
There's your advice for the day. Which is the perfect close because we're approaching our time limit for the week. But yeah, I don't know. I hope somebody gets something out of all the horse shit we have to say.
Yeah.
And if you do, how about you tell somebody about us? Maybe interact with our posts.
Tell your friends.
Yeah, tell your friends. Interact with our posts on Facebook. Get us out of the shadow ban.
Y'all, please get us out of this. And it's been the most humbling experience because we are building despite the shadow ban.
And they're trying to make us pay.
They are. Like,
I want it
our
organic.
stuff won't go anywhere. It won't even show us our stuff.
Yeah, it doesn't. Well, and I find it interesting that I've asked my friends, and I'm like, "Are you seeing our post?" Like, they follow.
Nowhere.
I know they're there, and they're like, "No, we don't see it unless we actively go to the
go and find it." Yeah.
And sometimes we'll have like a post, like the picture that I posted last night of us. That one
got a little bit of traction. Yeah.
But it's just like there are almost 500 of you. Interact.
Yes, we need your interactions mainly because we are building and it is beautiful. The building that we're doing, we are just in a self-care way saying we want more.
Give us more.
Give me more. Give me more.
And it as we grow, it's only going to get better.
Yeah.
Like we're finding ways to incorporate more visuals, more things you can see, tangible things rather than just voices. Videos are coming. It's a process, we'll get there. And we're growing up. We're still in diapers, but we're growing.
Everybody has the privilege of having everything they need.
Exactly.
Some of us have to be go-getters, and we've been go-getting.
Now it's time for you to get got
and start sharing your love for us by sharing us on your social media.
We're even offering free stuff. Come get you some free stuff.
There is a giveaway post on our page right now. I think I'm going to let it go until I don't know. Let it do till the end of October.
Okay. Yeah.
If you go to our page and find the post and comment what's needed to be commented, what it's asking for, we will send you will be put into a drawing for free merch.
A shirt, more specifically, because that's all we've got so far.
And stickers.
But yeah. So we love you all. Have a great week.
Have a phenomenal week. We love you.
We love you. Goodbye.
Bye.